Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon.
Yo, VI, play the beat.
I got this feeling inside of my head, and Lord knows I've been up to no good. Still haven't changed, even though I should, dear Lord. Yes, we're still listening to Ryan Caraballo. Still can't pronounce his last name either. Welcome to the Libra Moon. We finally made it. We had our eclipse in the transition through Virgo and Libra, and that staggered lunation experience was intense. And it got dark there, kids. It really did. But beautiful Libra is here, and the energy is so much lighter and happier and loving. I know we're still singing a vibey song with feelings, but it's really the revolution that we were speaking on. It is all of these bad feelings and visions and things that we're seeing and that we're doing and acting on, and all of this stuff turning over inside of our stomachs until we get to that point where we have had enough of this, and we rise up above it. There's no other option. There's no other choice. What are you going to do? Are you going to go back into the fires of hell knowing that you don't like it there? Or are you going to get up and stand up in the face of your monsters, your demons, and start taking that action? And start taking that action. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Is that not funny, kids? Come on. Come on, that's funny. You know the Seven of Swords here. We play everything on both sides of the deck. Every time. Okay. Alright, maybe we're not standing up and facing the monster face to face. But we are seeking and acting out in a way to get claim what is rightfully like ours, is how I'm hearing it. Like, this is giving me Robin Hood today. This isn't sneaky, sly, trying to get one over on somebody to one's personal advantage. This is the Robin Hood character going into, I'll get you that, going into those secret temples and reclaiming the thoughts and ideas that should be rightfully given to the whole community, shared and distributed. We're holding 3 swords here, which is funny. Again, it's the fog of like these heavy feelings and these dark and low places, but also the corruption coming down from the high places that strikes into those deep depths of evil from the most high places and positions. So the fact that we're holding these 3 swords is not ominous to some sort of future heartbreak, pain, anguish, strife, struggle, or strain. We're merely completing a set. Because again, this is giving me institutional vibes in this energy here today. So going back, I know we don't have the 5 out right now, but going back to that tax man, because the institution has its own personal tax man that collects the taxes. They're taking 70% of what we have And this is us getting that 70% back. We're left with 30% of our mind. We're left with 30% of our minds and ability to make decisions. So this energy of the Seven of Swords and being sneaky is more tactful than it is sly. It's not brutal and upfront and in your face. Maybe we don't have an army to go to war with this institution or what this institution represents for you, because it could be a single person, it could be a larger scale, it could be so many different things. That's up to you moving forward. So whatever is taking more of what you have and leaving you with less, this is a way to get it back. This is our way to get it back. And it's not, though it could be turned, and those swords could be turned and pointed at us as the bad one for taking these things. Again, it's a Robin Hood type situation. Robin Hood was very much hated by half of the kingdom that he was stealing from. They did not like him. He was a bad guy. Bad guy. But to the people who were suffering the most under the hands of this larger institution, he was a hero. And that was something that I don't think we ever gave enough consideration to Robin Hood for him to have to bear that experience. We talk about all of the things that he did, but how did he really feel knowing that so many people hated him and wanted him dead and just thought that he was the worst person in the whole world? But there were also just the few sorry, sad, pathetic folks who saw his goodness and value and loved him for what he did, because he was brave enough to take back what was being overtaken. Overtaken is the word that I can come up with, but that's not the word that I'm reaching for. It's in harvest. It's in the harvest and over reaping. You know, what is it? Because you don't want to take everything right away. You want to let some stuff seed. Excuse me, I'm so sorry for the sniffles. Deepest apologies. The children have brought home the sickness. We've been hop skipping right over it for the most part, but there's still a few little irritants left in the body. Page of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. So commonly brave, fortuitous, and prepared are we, collective, for this journey. This literally feels like you are becoming Robin Hood. I gotta stop sniffling, so I might pause this just so I can deal with that. But it feels so Robin Hood. It's awesome. Gotta tell you. Just give me a moment. Okay, we're a little better now. Just a little bit. Excuse me. There we go. No, we're the man with a plan. We maybe only have two wheels, two pentacles, just a very little bit, but we've got big dreams. And from the imagery, like by air, over the seas and under the waters, we are prepared. Through the fog, we move. Like all of this imagery, this is everything that we have been working towards. It's a culmination of the cultivation of a fine piece of work. And that had to be said exactly that way. Okay. Sup, King of Wands. Yeah, we did have the steampunks. Let's try and keep it different. What was left behind in the moon was the moon. what was left behind when we pulled the deck, when we were ready to take more and move forward in well, any sort of way, really. What we left behind is what we left behind in the moon. What got closed off in that eclipse moment. We saw the darkness, we saw the things that we knew we were going to be coming up against in future battles. And as we were overstepping, remembering the cards from that read, as we were overstepping the container confinement of the Cancer crab, sorry, don't know where those words came from, as we stepped over the container confinement of the care that we had placed in a situation, we were able to leave, overcome those troubles and worries behind. We were emotionally resolved in this time. That is the power of the Virgo moon energy, because the Virgo moon knows how they feel. You can try to convince, shade, cover, and what's the word? Blind the Virgo moon. But deep down, because of all of the work and all of the process that the Virgo moon puts us through, that's where you know how you feel. In most circumstances and situations, under a Virgo moon, I would highly recommend honoring any emotional decisions made, especially with something as powerful as an eclipse in a closeout of a season as we were transitioning into Libra, because I know how Virgo and Libra work together, and it can be excellent or a complete detriment, one or the other, but I know exactly how they work together because they are the team. That is the divine star team there, is those two energies, because they used to be one. They were the goddess Estrella and her scales. And when she left Earth, the last of the gods, to hold and release hope for humanity ever being good or worth the time and attention and blessings that gods have to offer, she decided to leave too. She was the last one who's like, you know what, fine, I quit. You're right, these guys suck. Let's go. So when she left, she became Virgo and her scales became Libra. They separated into their own two things because she honored her scales as something separate from herself. So they didn't come with her, but they are a part of her story. So I don't know why we had to get into that, but just a little Greek mythology for you guys to understand how these particular energies are going to be working. But yeah, leaving that stuff in that moon space, it's almost like sealing it off. I'm looking at the cat and the dog on either side of the water now, and those energies and how they guard us. I think the dog is a really good representation of the shadow's bite, and the cat is a really good representation of the shadow's attunement and heightened awareness. Because the shadow knows, sorry, the shadow knows, the shadow knows so much more than we would give it credit for. Like, it's so funny how the shadow is something that we would call like stupid or irrational or illogical, when actually the shadow is the most intuitive part of yourself, and it knows more than you could ever possibly know. It knows so much that it can't explain it to you in any other way than giving you images inside of your head, because it just doesn't speak your language. But it probably has more awareness of the occulted information than your light side does, for obvious reasons. They're on opposite sides of the moon, just like these two being the guardians over us. Sorry, just high rating, going off, going off in places. But we were holding the Queen of Pentacles, and I was really feeling it. Like, no, I know what I know, and I have what I have, and we're gonna do what I do. This Robin Hood energy has been gifted a particular feminine grace, touch, and security that is simply offered to her. The entitlement doesn't come from a person, place, or thing. It was ordained by God. Her safety, our safety, our security. It's not even something that we have to fight for. That's why we are in this position where we can go on to enemy lines and bring back those swords to the people, because it was already gifted. We're already taken care of. Like, God's got you, dog's got you, cat's got you. What else do you need, really? No matter how many people hate you, curse you in this world, does it matter if God's got you and dog's got you and they're both on your side fighting for you? Not really. You have everything you need. And it doesn't matter how much more or less material possessions you have in your surrounding. You will always have everything you need if you are in true alignment with your highest and lowest selves, because they both want what's best for you. They just go about it in different ways. And when those particular actions are put into proper place, they are righteous, they are holy, they are regal, they are royal. They are the crown and the naked birthday suit of that emperor's new clothes energy. That is the ultimate. That is the ultimate experience. And not like we're chasing after it some kind of ultimate high. Because again, if this imagery, this illusion, this perception can be easily turned by any spotlight. Anyone can look at this and see it in whatever way that they want to. And the most important thing is knowing who you are and what you're grounded in and what you're rooted in and what things keep you stable and secure and safe. Honoring those things, standing in them and standing up for them. What did I say? We're going to have to enforce boundaries? Yeah. The Sun, the Three of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. We've got a lot of like in the middle, and then like weight on either side of the scale for this Libra read, and it's really entertaining me. I'm having a lot of fun with this. So our fulcrum point is the Three of Wands, where we are triangulating between our worst fears and our greatest sunlight and hope, and triangulating between those. Like, can I say that any more plain? Is this not coming across? Are you getting this? Sorry. It's so simple. It's so very simple. Watching out for those fears, crossing out and closing those doors and those windows, and opening up into those final last days of harvest and really celebrating and taking it all in. Again, it might be a harsh winter. Hey tax man, what up, Five Swords? Knew you were coming. We saw the institution, they put out the notifications. Yeah. We knew you were coming to collect on your bills. What's that? Happiness? Sunshine? Did you pay me? Did you pay me happiness? I need 70% of your happiness. Cough it up. Bruh. As my son would say. Bruh. This Page of Wands here. Sup, Dax man. I'm afraid I'm not holding a sword today. All I have is a torch. And isn't that like a, yeah, that is like an arm machine gun? An arm machine gun and this cute little scope. Hello, taxman. Get the hell off of my property. Are you, oh man, oh brother, where art thou? Are you from the bank? Pa told me to shoot anybody that came from the bank. That's this kid. That's this kid right here. Pa already told me. You from the bank. Fantastic. Three of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. I need to know. King of Pentacles. So we have our Queen of Pentacles out here on the table. And here comes our King of Pentacles. We might meet or come together with at a party or a gathering or a group of situations. Robin Hood's finding his merry men. In the pursuit of finding your merry men who are righteously aligned with your goals, dreams, and aspirations, taking down the institution. While you are in the process of going through these experiences, that is what's going to grow up out into a divine partnership. I like can't pull that out any higher and I keep wanting to, but like that is the max of my fingers for holding these cards spread in this particular way. And it must be presented this way to you. It must. Because this is from those like watery spaces of connectivity, of connection, is what sprouts the growth of this. So it's very important to not completely like hermit ourselves off after going through the experiences and seeing what we see through and seeing what we've seen through the eclipse and that true darkness. It's targeting and angling through our worst fears and stepping into our daylight, learning how to clear the clouds for ourselves, to bravely take on whatever weather, whatever terms or conditions may have been previously applied. Because now that we have kicked off Libra season, it's all about that justice. It is all about that delegation. It is all about contracts, wrapping them up, closing them up, starting and drawing up new ones, and everything needs to be weighed and balanced. Why are you ending this contract? You have to present your case. Why are you opening this new contract? You have to present your case. So having all of the information and all of that work done ahead of time is going to be of great benefit. That's why I'm on here every other day telling you, keep to yourself. Go talk to people. Now keep to yourself. Now go talk to people. Be around people. Don't be around people. Because you have to have both. You need to go back and forth between these thought processes in order to make sure that you are signing your contracts and closing your contracts for your own personal best interest. It's good to hear everybody out. It's good to make those connections and hear everybody's argument. This is a great time for us to be able to listen to one another, to really listen. If you practice active listening during this Libra season, you will do great. Listen to everybody, but also step away when you feel, as soon as you feel like it's time, take a step back and don't listen to nobody but yourself, and reground and recenter yourself to your best interests and goals. And keeping on your track and your trajectory is how you maintain and find these connections that are in alignment with what you want to start and what you want to build and what you want to grow. And from that will come the resource and the divine partnerships of true connection. We are aligned. We are moving towards these same goals. We have these same dreams. Why? Because we were open to moving, changing our perspectives, and we still stayed true to ourselves. That's how we know that this is a good alignment, because we can compromise with each other and still know that we are moving towards what is best for us as individuals and as a team. And that's the beauty that can come with this Libra season. Happy Libra moon, kids. I love it. I was having so much fun. Enjoy this. I know that Virgo moon was rough. I know we've had some hard and dark times. And I know that the dark times ain't never going to be over. So when you get this moment of happiness, cherish it. Don't hold on to it so tight. Know that the sun has to go down, but also give it all of your love and your light. Hold it sacred, and don't let the time slip out of your fingers. Thanks, kids. Have a fantastic moon. We'll see you next time.